So now that we have this logic figured out, it's time for us to actually create the form. So back to our code. Here we have this text thing. We don't need actually, we are going to change all of this, although the logic is still the same. What we're going to do instead is, I'm going to get rid of all of this. So in this case, I'm going to check is created account. It's create account that is clicked. If it's not true, so in this case, I'm going to just pass in one form, right? Else I'm going to pass another form, which we're going to create. Nothing is created yet. Okay, so for the first form here, what we need, let's go ahead and create that. First of all, I'm going to pass a key. Now, this key here is what we call a global key. So this will allow us to get the form's state that we were able to do some validation. Okay, we'll see that in a second. So I'm going to pass here what I call global key as such, which we haven't created. So we need to create this global key as an instance variable here. So I'm going to say final. It's a global key. Now, the global key here, we need to pass the type of object we are creating or we are containing, right? In this case, it's going to be a form state. So we're going to put in inside of angular brackets like this. I'm going to say form state like that. And of course, it's going to be global key. Okay, so that's what we're going to be using. So I'm going to say form key, which we haven't created yet. So I'm going to go ahead and see if I can create a field form key. And there it is. So we're going to change this. This is actually going to be a final, and we're going to instantiate it to, it's going to be a global key as such. And we need to tell it what type we are going to be holding, right? In this case, there is indeed the state called form state object, which controls the state of the form. And then we can use this to do validation and other things. Okay. There we go, form key, there it is. And so it's passed there. And next we have a child property there, and then we're gonna pass a column. Makes sense because we want all of the fields to be vertically aligned. I'm gonna say text form field. In this case here, we need to pass a controller, which we haven't created, but we're gonna call this email. I'm gonna start with an underscore because this is going to be a private variable. So I'm gonna say email text controller as such. Let's go ahead and create this email text controller as a field. So it's going to be a final, and we're going to instantiate it right away. It's going to be a text editing controller like this. And we're going to need another one. Okay, I'm going to instantiate it. It's going to be text editing controller like that. And we need two of them. So I'm going to just copy, paste like this. This is going to be password text field like this. All right, very good. It looks like we have an issue here. That was my mistake because that means I have to actually pass a children property there. It makes sense. Let's see, I think that has to be like that. Let me fix this real quick. So this has to be children because we're inside of a column. And then I'm going to just get rid of this. The column ends there. That means all of this has to be inside. Okay, things happen. I'm going to save that. There we go. Everything is good now, for now. All right, so we have our text field. Everything is good. We created this one, and I'm going to go ahead and create another one. Let's wrap this text form there inside of a padding to give it a little bit of slack, and I'm going to give it about 15. Okay, very good. And I'm going to copy this and paste it down here. And this one is going to be password text controller, which we've already created at the top there, right? Very good. And let's save this and see what's going to happen. And for now, I'm just going to change just to make sure this doesn't give me issues. I'm going to just put a text that's empty that says hello, something like that. I think that will help so that we don't run into issues. There we go. So you can see now we have these two fields that we added. And when we create already have an account, when we want to create an account, of course, we're going to say hello because that's what we said here, right? Instead of a form, just have hello there. All right. So it's making sense. Now this works fine, obviously, but doesn't look that great. So let's see if we can decorate this a little bit further. That way it's better and we feel better about our lives. And that's what we're going to be doing in the next video.